Focus and analyst Steve Budin joins me here now, as he always does on Mondays. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Personal income is up. Another good sign for the economy.
Yeah, 0.4%. Doesn't sound like a lot, but when you consider all the people in the United States working, those are pretty significant numbers. So it's a recurring thing I've been mentioning the last few months that those that are employed are really enjoying some good leverage here. The income levels just keep climbing.
And also it has the added benefit as we kind of head into the holiday season as well.
Right, yeah. This is a great time of the year to have these reports come out. If folks are making more income, and I mentioned last week, the surveys are showing that they plan to spend more come holiday time, which is good for a lot of the big corporations that are hiring folks part-time. So it's really a great win-win-win for everybody. And
you were saying here, personal income, it's up 0.4%, but also now personal spending is up 0.9%. So you would think, well, geez, are we spending more than we're making? Not necessarily the case, right?
Yeah, this is a pretty significant report. 0.9% increase of spending. And what we're seeing with a lot of the regional surveys here is that, as you would expect, in Texas and in Florida, a lot of the spending has increased more than the rest of the country, and clearly that's the hurricane recovery efforts. A lot more cars are getting purchased, a lot more furniture is getting purchased, and my concern about the spending exceeding the income is you just hope folks aren't going into more debt as they're doing this. A lot of the insurance claim money is now being distributed, so a lot of that goes for this as well.
Yeah, but at least there's a reason, a concrete reason for this spending. It's not on frivolous kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, coming up next is a new Fed Reserve chair, sort of talks about the one being named possibly this week. A lot of people hear this and think, well, why do I care? But they should care because it could matter.
Right. It actually is one of the most significant appointments a president can make, other than the Supreme Court. The chairperson of the Federal Reserve really is in charge of the group that helps control interest rates and monetary policy. And the front runner from all I'm hearing is this gentleman you're seeing on the screen here, Jerome Powell is his name. He's the current vice chair. Janet Yellen, who is our current Federal Reserve chairwoman, may or may not get reappointed. This administration really hasn't telegraphed very well what their plans are, but there's a third candidate in line. His name is John Taylor, who tends to take a much different approach to what monetary policy should be. So depending on who gets nominated, that can impact the interest rate policy for the next few years going forward by the Federal Reserve. And that's really anything from CD rates to auto loan rates to mortgage rates to college student loan rates. So it really has a pretty powerful impact.
Yeah, especially for people who need to borrow money to make some of those big ticket purchases.
Yeah, and one of the things that is important here is there are twice as many Americans that receive interest payments that pay interest payments. So if interest rates were going to go up, the argument goes from this gentleman Taylor is that if more folks are earning interest, that interest earning can then be put back into the economy. The current Federal Reserve Board disagrees with that. So if in fact this nomination is in his favor, it really could turn the markets a little bit.
All right, we shall see. Mr. Steve Budin, as always, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Sure.
We'll be right